New innovation there that they have 9 horses now, all coming from one line off the front, and that is the maximum field in the moving starts at Moonee Valley. It seemed to be successful because the punters got 5 favourites home. And in the opening race, the 7 o'clock stakes, the favourite was Wilbur Win at even money.
And still out 3 wide, boxing on Victory Stride. Brad's Advice out 4 wide. Mighty Scotch out 5 and 6 wide. Hokum can't get a run from Educated Time, held up, then TR. And from last now, Shiadam going forward. He's 8 and 9 deep though on the turn. Wilbur Win straightens up a metre in front. Sticking on Glentucky, Victory Stride. Now Hokum's out in the clear on the outside. He's out after Wilbur Win. Wilbur Win 2 metres in front of Glentucky. Hokum late on the outside from Educated Time. Wilbur Win though in front near the line, and Wilbur Win wins by 2.5 metres. Maybe Educated Time second and nose to Hokum.
Punched out by Brian Gaff, Wilbur Win the evens favourite, successful in the first, from Hokum getting second at 6s and Educated Time third at 20 to 1. In the second, the Civic Centre Stakes over 23.80, Marcus Aurelius the favourite at even money.
And racing. Beginning quickly on the inside, Bullman holding them out early from J.R. Ewing. Marcus Aurelius can't go to the early toe. He's third last early. Aaron's Idol creeping up on the fence to be third. El Caddo lands 1 out early, and that's fourth on the outside, and a good piece of driving, followed by Asian Johnny 3 wide. The dark ones broke up for a few strides out off the back straight the first time to second last. Back in behind them came Beryl Star. 6 metres away, Marcus Aurelius from Barclay Star, and the dark ones is back at the tail. Bullman, though, well clear around the turn the first time. In the all white, he's 10 metres in front of going forward the outside Asian Johnny 3 wide. Back on the fence came Aaron's Idol, now racing 1 out as J.R. Ewing. Beryl Star racing 3 back on the fence, followed by El Caddo. Barclay Star on the back of Beryl Star, followed by Marcus Aurelius second last, and 5 metres away to Dark Ones. Out of the straight the first time, and Bullman's up in front by 4 metres to on the outside Asian Johnny without cover. On his back for the 1 out trail is J.R. Ewing. Aaron's Idol racing third, 4 metres away on the inside as Beryl Star. El Caddo 3 back on the outside, and back on the fence Barclay Star. Marcus Aurelius second last, and 6 metres away to Dark Ones. At the 1400 running along the back again, it's still Bullman in front by 5 metres to on the outside without cover Asian Johnny. A metre back on the fence and racing third Aaron's Idol. Pulling just a shade 1 out as J.R. Ewing. Back on the fence Beryl Star. On its back in turn Barclay Star. Up on the outside as El Caddo. Marcus Aurelius second last before the turn, a circuit to go. Spotting Bullman about 20 metres start, and 4 metres away last is the Dark Ones. They wheel around the turn, a circuit to go, and Bullman, he's going very quickly up in front. He's 8 metres clear of Asian Johnny on the outside of Aaron's Idol. Back in behind them came J.R. Ewing. Racing back on the fence Beryl Star, followed by El Caddo. Barclay Star third last, followed by Marcus Aurelius second last, and 2 metres away to Dark Ones. A circuit left to go, and can he keep on going up in front, Bullman? He appears to have gone fairly quickly. 6 metres to Asian Johnny, who's worked pretty hard without cover. Aaron's Idol back on the fence, followed by Beryl Star. Then J.R. Ewing, no moves for the moment, followed by El Caddo on the outside of Barclay Star. Second last Marcus Aurelius, and back on the fence to Dark Ones. At the 650, still Bullman in front, 4 metres to Asian Johnny the outside. Third placing Aaron's Idol. In behind them J.R. Ewing fourth in every chance, followed by Beryl Star held up. El Caddo now hooks to the outside. On her back in turn came to Dark Ones, followed by Barclay Star. Marcus Aurelius now 3 wide, tracking El Caddo, and still about 12 metres off the leaders, 400 metres out though. Bullman 2 metres in front. Asian Johnny on the outside under pressure. El Caddo making ground 3 wide. Aaron's Idol back on the fence, followed by J.R. Ewing. Marcus Aurelius will have to go 4 wide though at the top of the straight, followed by Beryl Star, then to Dark Ones and Barclay Star. Bullman though heads up for home with a handy break of 4 metres. El Caddo trying hard. Marcus Aurelius running home fairly well with J.R. Ewing. Bullman though he's 3 metres in front. El Caddo trying hard on the outside, but he's run them ragged, Bullman. He's in front near the line, and he's won by a metre. In the all white from El Caddo, 2 metres away third was Aaron's Idol. Then Marcus Aurelius and J.R. Ewing. In behind them the Dark Ones from Barclay Star, Asian Johnny, and last in was Beryl Star.
And Don Smith celebrating his 58th birthday by taking Bullman to victory in race 2 at 11 to 2 from El Caddo at 6 to 1, Aaron's Idol 8 to 1, and Marcus Aurelius the favourite unplaced at even money. In the third, the anniversary stakes, another favourite home here, Gilt Edged at 5 to 4 on.
Line OK. Racing. Crafty Lee drops out to last early. Junie Minor away quickly. He pulls the shortness. It's holding out Seek and Hanover in front here. Fighter early. A line of 3. Gilt Edge racing 4th early, followed by Hero Star. Dancing Pebble racing wide, being restrained, followed by Crafty Lee. In behind them, Lightning 2, and back on the fences, 2-stroke. Frontier Fighter taking on Junie Minor on the turn the first time, but the mare keeps them out. Junie Minor by 4 metres to Frontier Fighter, who drops on the rail for the trail now, leaving Seek and Hanover 4th without cover. Gilt Edged is back on the fence, being trailed up by Crafty Lee. Hero Star works out to the 1-out trail, followed by Dancing Pebble. 2-strokers back on the fence, and 2 metres away Lightning 2. 2 circuits out. Junie Minor in front with the prominent bright red shadow roll by 5 metres to Frontier Fighter. Gilt Edge now comes one off the fence to be 3rd without cover. So Seek and Hanover now ends up with the 1-out trail. Crafty Lee now racing 3 back on the fence, followed by Hero Star. 2-strokers, 4 back on the fence, followed by Dancing Pebble, and 5 metres away Lightning 2. They're in the back once again, and Junie Minor clear by 6 metres to Frontier Fighter. 2 metres on the outside, Gilt Edged without cover. Seek and Hanover racing 5th and 1 out, followed by Crafty Lee. Hero Stars 3 back on the outside of 2-stroke, followed by Dancing Pebble, racing 2nd last, with his mouth wide open, and 5 metres away Lightning 2. 1200 out coming off the back. It's still Junie Minor clear by 5 metres to on the outside Gilt Edge, the favourite having no luck on the outside of Frontier Fighter. Crafty Lee racing 5th and 3 back on the fence, inclined to pull. 1 out is Seek and Hanover, being trailed up by Hero Star, having a nice trail. 2-strokers back on the fence from Dancing Pebble, and Lightning 2 is still back at the tail. 1,000 to go in the straight. It's still Junie Minor. After pinging straight to the lead, she's calling the tune by 4 metres to Gilt Edge. Racing 3rd, the leaders back as Frontier Fighter. Then Seek and Hanover, back on the fence Crafty Lee, followed by Hero Star, who's 3 back on the outside. Back on the rail came 2-stroke from Dancing Pebble and Lightning 2. Out of the straight, inside the 800, it's still Junie Minor on top by 4 metres to Gilt Edge, working up a shade close to the outside. Back on the fence came Frontier Fighter, working up on the outside once again as Seek and Hanover outside Crafty Lee. Then Hero Star, followed by Dancing Pebble 2nd last from 2-stroke 3rd last, and Lightning 2 last and 3 wide going forward. 500 out, it's still Junie Minor. She's 3 metres in front of Gilt Edged on the outside. Frontier Fighter still racing 3rd. Seek and Hanover about to go forward, still being trailed up by Hero Star, who hooks to the outside. Lightning 2, 3 wide, not going on for the moment from Dancing Pebble, Crafty Lee and 2-stroke. 250 out on the turn. Gilt Edge, he's had no luck. He works up within a metre of Junie Minor. Then Seek and Hanover, followed by Frontier Fighter and Hero Star from Crafty Lee. Gilt Edge, though, draws to Junie Minor at the 120. Then Seek and Hanover from Frontier Fighter, Hero Star. Gilt Edge just in front. Seek and Hanover on the outside is trying to pick up Gilt Edge. Gilt Edge just in front near the line, and Gilt Edge, I feel, has just got in from Seek and Hanover. Junie Minor may have run 3rd in front of Frontier Fighter and Crafty Lee. Dancing Pebble out wide from 2-stroke and Lightning 2, and last in pulling up quickly was Hero Star.
Gilt Edge, the favourite, a narrow winner, 5 to 4 on from Seek and Hanover 9s and Junie Minor at 7 to 2. In the Moonee Pond Stakes, race 4 over the moving start, 1900, Thor 8 the favourite, 7 to 4 on.
Field of 9 come up. Racing. Rover's Pet restrained early, beginning quickly Coil Ash. He's trying to head off Thor 8, who will lead quite comfortably out of the straight the first time. Going forward, the outsiders Nicorado, Abu Hassan back on the fence. Sabu restrained from out wide, drops straight out to the tail. Carl Thomas in front of him, and also back on the fence Devander. And scouting wide out of the straight the first time is Majestic Jester, now back at the tail and 3 wide. Thor 8 in front, though, along the back on the first circuit by 6 metres, 2 in second, placing Abu Hassan. Rover's Pet now 3 wide going forward. 1 off the fence there and racing up to be 4th and 1 out as Nicorado. 3 back on the fence Devander, followed by Coilas. Majestic Jester racing wide, followed by Carl Thomas and Sabu last. Inside the lap and a quarter mark, and Thor 8 in front by 5 metres to Rover's Pet. A metre back on the fence Abu Hassan. Majestic Jester still making ground out wide, followed in the centre by Nicorado. Here's Sabu now from last, now tracking up Majestic Jester. Devander racing 3 back on the fence. Coilas now second last, and 5 metres away Carl Thomas is back of the tail and now tracking Sabu. In the straighter circuit to go, and Thor 8 he's been in front and he's held together by 6 metres to Abu Hassan. Ahead on the outside Rover's Pet. Majestic Jester can't get in, racing wide. Devander back on the fence into centre, Nicorado. Then Cebu on the back of Majestic Jester. He'll have to go 4 wide though in making his claim. In behind them, Coilas, who's held up second last, and 2 metres away, Carl Thomas in the final lap. And 4-8 still clear in front by 4 metres to Rover's Pet. A neck back on the inside of Boo Hazan. Then Devander racing on the inside of Nicorado from Majestic Jester. And here's now Cebu. He's peeling off the back of Majestic Jester, going forward 4 wide. Coilas is 3 wide and 4 wide as Carl Thomas. They're jamming up 450 out. 4-8. He's on a loose rein by a metre. 2 out wide. Cebu making ground. Rover's Pet under pressure. So is Boo Hazan. So is Nicorado and Majestic Jester from Carl Thomas to Vander. And Coilas is back at the tail, but it's a war and a match in 2 on the turn. At the 250, Cebu on the outside. He's laying down the gauntlet to 4-8. They've broken away by 12 metres to Rover's Pet, followed by Boo Hazan. At the top of the straight, 4-8 just in front. Again, he pinched a metre. Cebu on the outside. He's under pressure, and 4-8 is now racing away over the concluding stages. Pretty impressive type. 4-8 coming away, scores easily at the finish by 6 metres Cebu. 6 metres away, third Rover's Pet. Then Boo Hazan. In behind them, Devander, followed by Coilas and Nicorado. In behind them came Majestic Jester, and last in was Carl Thomas.
Well, a most impressive victory by Thor 8, coming right away at 7-4 on over the final stages to beat Cebu at 2s and Rover's Pet third at 33-1. So it was certainly an excellent start for the punters last night at the Valley. 3 favourites from the first 4 races. We'll be back to see if their good fortune continued after this break. And back to harness racing last night at Moonee Valley. Race 5 on the card. The favourite Colt Siebers at 10-9 as we rejoin our commentator Brian Markovic.
Racing. Colt Siebers from the inside, can't go with him. Our Lou Foy driven out with the whip early, looking for the lead with the little bloke, Son of Vic, on the outside. They've now headed off Flying Looney, followed by Tizimis and Festival Summer racing 4th. Colt Siebers found himself 3rd last on the fence early from Michael Manley. I'm a Thread racing 3 wide, and Magic Madge is poking up on the fence. Our Lou Foy in front though on the turn in the first circuit by 2 metres to Son of Vic, and Tizimis after racing wide now 3 wide, attacking for the lead. Flying Looney back on the fence, followed by Festival Summer, as Tizimis now works up within a metre of our Lou Foy and eases behind the leader. So Son of Vic is caught 4th without cover. Magic Madge is making ground the rail, 4 pairs, followed by Colt Siebers now 3 back on the outside. Michael Manley the fence, and 6 metres away I'm a Thread, short of 2 circuits to go out of the straight. Our Lou Foy in front. He slams on the Patons by 4 metres to Tizimis. 4 metres away Flying Looney racing 3rd, and 3 back on the fence, followed by Son of Vic. Then Festival Summer racing 6th and 1 out, followed by Magic Madge on its inside. The favourites now 3 wide Colt Siebers from 3rd last going forward. 2nd last Michael Manley, and up on the outside as I'm a Thread. Inside the lap and a half mark, it's our Lou Foy by 4 metres to Colt Siebers. He works out to be 2nd within 4 metres of the leader. A metre back on the fence is Tizimis, and now racing 1 out as Son of Vic. On its back in turn came Festival Summer. Flying Looney racing 5th, and 3 back on the fence, followed by Magic Madge. I'm a Thread up on the outside, 2nd last, and 2 metres away Michael Manley. Around the turn, 1,000 to go. Our Lou Foy, he's still in control by 2 metres to the favourite Colt Siebers. 2 metres away 3rd Tizimis, followed by Son of Vic is racing 4th after working early. Flying Looney's 3 back on the fence, followed by Festival Summer on the outside of Magic Madge. And the last pair are Michael Manley on the inside of I'm a Thread. A circuit to go. Our Lou Foy, he's still the pilot by 2 metres to Colt Siebers the outside. 3rd placing Tizimis, followed by Son of Vic. Flying Looney's going okay, but held up 3 back on the fence, working up on the outside Festival Summer. On the back of Son of Vic, followed by Magic Madge. I'm a Threat from 2nd last, and back on the fence is Michael Manley. At the 650 along the back in the final circuit, our Lou Foy, he heads to the back the final time, 3 metres in front of Colt Siebers the outside, followed by Tizimis, still held up 3rd. Then Son of Vic, followed by Flying Looney. In behind them, Festival Summer being hard driven 3 wide. Magic Madge 1 off the fence. Michael Manley 2nd last, and back of the tail is I'm a Thread. 400 out though. It's our Lou Foy, 3 metres in front. The favourites flat, Colt Siebers the outside, but sticking on, followed by Tizimis and Son of Vic. In behind them, Flying Looney still held up from Magic Madge and Festival Summer. I'm a Threat now goes to the outside, and Michael Manley last. Our Lou Foy 200 out though, a metre in front. Colt Siebers on the outside is trying to pick him up, followed by Son of Vic on the outside. Our Lou Foy just in front. Colt Siebers wearing him down from Son of Vic, and I'm a Threat late on the outside. Our Lou Foy though just in front. near the line, flashing through us. Flying Loonee in the last bound. Oh, Flying Loonee and our Lou Foy have hit the line, locked together, and maybe Flying Loonee in the last bound has got up and beaten our Lou Foy. Third placing in the event, there's a wall of them, may have gone to Colt Siebers. In behind them came Son of Vic close up in the race, followed by Festival Summer. Then Michael Manley from Tism is close up. I'm a thread out wide, and Magic Madge one of the last in.
Must have come from the Skyhooks, I think. Flying Loonee at 8 to 1 to beat Our Lou Foy at 9, Son of Vic 20 to 1, and Colt Siebers, the favourite, unplaced at 10 to 9. In race 6, the Community Aid Stakes, Austin Bay was the popular pick at 6 to 4.
Yeah, Kentucky Knight held up, followed by Stonehenge Shadow. Kentucky George still can't get a run, followed by Risby Road. Wider out as Brutus Rouge, followed by Tantivity, and 4 metres away Vantage Boy. But Austin Bay heads up for home, 5 metres in front. Rufus Youngblood's under a lot of pressure. Kentucky Knight about to get clear, followed by Stonehenge Shadow. Kentucky George still can't get a run, followed by Vantage Boy. But Austin Bay raced away with 100 metres to go. Kentucky George is getting into second placing. Kentucky George making ground the rail, but Austin Bay too good, scores by 5 metres to Kentucky Knight. Third placing may have gone to Kentucky George. A nose in front of Vantage Boy out wide.
Austin Bay, the favourite, home at 6 to 4 from Kentucky Knight 7 to 4 and Kentucky George at 4 to 1. In race 7, the Puckle Street Stakes, the favourite here was Well Presented at 7 to 4.
Then Alfetta and 6 metres away, Swinging Blue. 300 out though on the turn. Well Presented, she's 4 metres in front. Take a Shot is flat on the outside, can't pick her up. Highly Likely, badly held up, going okay. Blackwood Mac now goes to the outside, followed by Chauvinist at the top of the straight. Well Presented, 4 metres in front. Highly Likely is now getting a split and making ground, and here's Blackwood Mac on the outside coming at them. Highly Likely was struck by the whip of Well Presented. Blackwood Mac went to the lead. Highly Likely is out after Blackwood Mac. Chauvinist is broken up near the line, and Blackwood Mac got home by 2 metres to Highly Likely. A little bit unlucky, whacked over the scone about 120 metres out. Third placing tight between Making Ground, One Gala Supreme, Take a Shot, and Well Presented close up.
Blackwood Mac home at 6 to 1 in race 7 from Highly Likely at 6s, Chauvinist 5 to 1 and the favourite Well Presented unplaced at 7 to 4. In race 8, the Windy Hill Stakes, the favourite here Scat at 5 to 4 on.
400 out. Scat still in control. He's held together by 4 metres to Arvassin. Crown Velvet 3 wides under a lot of pressure. Encore away out 4 wide, making up some ground. Avant-Garde still can't get a run. Fraternity not going well from Ravenhill, Ardley J. And 6 metres to Ashbar. 200 out though at the top of the straight. Scat 4 metres in front. Arvassin trying hard with Encore away. Avant-Garde back on the rail. Scat though pulling out plenty with 100 metres to go. Avant-Garde boxing on. Ravenhill is getting into second placing near the line, but Scat leads throughout and scores 5 metres to Ravenhill. 2.5 metres away third was Avant-Garde.
The odds-on favourite home in race 8, Scat 5 to 4 on, Ravenhill at 50s and Avant-Garde at 8 to 1. In the last, Errol Karamia, the popular pick at 7 to 4.
Then Dusty Gem coming one off the fence and 4 metres to Rocky Marciano. Errol Karamia though 300 metres out, found 4 metres to Triple Try under pressure. So is Cunnamulla, so is Urin Punchy Lass. Andrews made out wide, making ground, followed by Jacaba, Irish Lane, Rocky Marciano, Dusty Gem. Errol Karamia raced away at the 120, 4 metres in front of Triple Try. Andrews mate the outside. Errol Karamia getting weary. Andrews mate wearing it down, doing a little bit the better. Jacaba later starting to fly. Andrews mate in front near the line, and Andrews mate has won by a metre to Jacaba, who flew home. Errol Karamia's run third.
Andrews mate holding on to score at 10s from Jacaba 5 to 2. Errol Karamia, the favourite third at 7 to 4. Look at the doubles last night from Moonee Valley. Extra double 1 and 2, $9.80. Daily double on a pair of twos, $18.25. And the quadrilla on 1 triple 2 paid $481.90. And that was World of Sport Replay's look at harness racing last night at Moonee Valley. And that's about all we have time for on the show this morning. Of course, World of Sport coming up with Sandy Roberts in just a moment, taking a look at all the football news from yesterday and indeed the news from the world of sport over the last 7 days. And then, of course, at about 2:15 this afternoon, we'll take you live to the Lakeside Oval for the Army Reserve Cup clash between Geelong and Collingwood. And it's going to be a great afternoon of football there. I hope you can join us at the Lakeside Oval. If not, stay with us here on 7. And a reminder, the State of Origin clash coming up on Tuesday afternoon between Western Australia and Victoria. So that's all for this morning. Lots of winners in the week to come. All my gear comes from Opal Southland. Stand by for World of Sport and Sandy Roberts.
World of Sport Replay was another 7 Sport presentation.